Here we are again. Figured I'd give you a video of the tank. It's October 19th, 2012. Started this tank with livestock and 16 ounces of Dr. Tim's, one and only on the 5th. So tomorrow will be 2 weeks. Tested the water. We're hanging out pretty good. The ammonia never did go over 0.25 parts per million, but the nitrite's about 1 part per million, so we're working on the nitrites. Tomorrow is Reefapalooza on the 20th here in Orange County, down at Costa Mesa, so I'll probably be down there, and I'm going to pick up another maybe 8-ounce bottle just to kick it a little bit, get the system topped off, if you will. I did put the deep sand bed, and we'll take a look underneath. I still haven't put the doors on the stand yet. I'm going to do that this weekend. You can see I've got my powder blue tang in there. The blue tang, kind of shy. Got the Vlamenge tang. Likes to be around. Still a little shy. I opened up the sliding glass window now. You can see the sunlight and a little bit of the blind. Sorry about that. And then there's the yellow tang, and they've been living together in a 37-gallon tank for, I don't know, 3.5 months. I had them in quarantine because I just took my time, so they're kind of exercising their rights, but they don't beat up on each other. They're showing off a little right now, but they're doing well. And I did buy a Scalemia. Had a deal I couldn't turn down. When I get the lights turned on, you'll be able to see this Scalemia. It's a Superman, not quite Superman, it's more of a war paint Scalemia, about 2¼ inches across. Got a nice deal, and threw it in here. It seems to be doing okay. Fed it the other night, so shouldn't be an issue. The Rockworks doing pretty well. I need to clean the glass a little bit. I've got I'm here in the direct sun, so obviously you can see. When we get down to the sump, I'll show you. I had an HY 7000 pump on this now. I had a 10,000. It was just too much water flow. Ling says that you need to have, you need to have 1,400 gallons flowing through this sump. Well, you can forget that. It's got a 4-inch sock. It makes no sense to flow that much water through a 4-inch sock. I've got, in fact, I'll just take you down there right now. This is my temporary setup. This is the 3616 Ecosystem sump. It is a pro sump. There is a spot here for a protein skimmer, which is not here yet. I have placed a sock. You can see, anybody tells you don't need a protein skimmer, just take a look at that sock. There's 4 fish in this tank. I don't know if they'd even add up to 10 inches long, all of them, in a 235. There's about 215 gallons in the system. And anyway, that thing's nasty. And I replace it probably every 3 to 4 days. It's actually really easy to replace. I also bought a Fosban 550 reactor. Of course, you see there's nothing in it. I'm going to put it on a separate pump because I don't want to put it behind the check valve on the system. I have 30 pounds of Miracle Mud in the sump. There's a 400-watt heater there. You can see all the oxygen bubbles, which is probably good for the tank at this point. Get a lot of oxygen in the system. Got cords here. They're obviously going to be moved. I've just got them here in the front for ease right now. And then I've got, I'll push this over to the side. You can see the pump chamber. And that is an HY 7000. And it's really too much for this tank still. It pumps a lot of water. My calculations were that it's pumping about 850 gallons minus the fittings, and I used all 1-inch fittings and a 1-inch tube, and I'm probably running about 700-ish, 750. I guess I could get a flow meter and test it for you, but I'm in that range, 750 to 800, probably 750 with the friction loss. I did buy last weekend $20 of Chaetomorpha. That's that little clump you see there. And you see how, the size of that's as big as my hand, I would say. And it seems small. Anyway, I've got the one light. There are two lights came with this Refugium from Lang, and that was two 24 watt 10K fluorescent bulbs. I don't have enough in there. I didn't think to warn it, and I'm almost thinking one would work, but at some point I'll probably lay some kind of stunner strips, white LEDs. Since they're on 24/7, it's never turns off. That's probably what I'm going to do, but I haven't done that yet. And I also need to get some startup animals for the Refugium, little creatures to get down in there and get things moving. But being that this is just starting, I'm not in a big rush for any of that. Of course, I haven't bought a skimmer yet. There's no point. I figured while I'm waiting for the system to complete its cycle, it's not going to take much. But at this point, that's what the system looks like. I can give you another overview. And by the way, I will tell you that I did buy a chiller. They had a heck of a deal over here at a store locally. So I bought a 1/4 horsepower JBJ Arctica chiller. And I still can't believe the price I got for it. It was great. Of course, it's plumbed with 3/4 inch. So what I'm going to end up doing is cutting this line, this 1-inch line above the check valve there. I'm going to cut in a 90 and another 90, and I'm going to run this behind that piece of wood over to the chiller with 3/4 inch pipe. I'm going to change it to 3/4. It'll run through the chiller and come back out 3/4, and it'll come back to this 1-inch line here. That's how I plan on tying it in. I need some friction loss. I've got too much flow. I mean, it's just incredible how much water is flowing. I mean, look at what's the air bubbles that are flowing through this system. It's almost incredible. Just a ton of water flowing through there. And again, give you one last shot. It's pretty funny. I don't know if you can quite see this in the video, but that rock there has that green algae. And this rock was dead, Bulk Reef Supply Pukani rock, and it had a little bit of that green algae on it, and it looks like now that it's in the water and things are rolling, it's coming back. So it'll be a while. I've got to go through the diatom stage and everything else that's going to happen. In fact, I now see it. I'm thinking you can see that in the shade there. Some green algae growing on that piece. I don't see any on this one here, which is right now in the sun. I'll shade it when I get done talking to you. I did take the adductors off. See if you can see that. You probably can't. It's too much glare, right? A little glare there. But I did take the adductors off. There was too much pressure. It reduced the flow, which was great, but there was too much pressure. And it was blowing the sand around. I don't have sugar fine sand. I'm using a Reef Seafloor Special. But I don't know if you can really see the fish here. It's kind of dark on this side with the sun behind it. But they're usually out having a good time. They're a little shy here. I got them kind of pushed in the corner. They're still getting used to me after moving them from the little tiny tank to this big thing. You'd think they'd be all over the place, but it looks like they're just having a little exercising each other out. Anyway, that's where I'm at today. And I will be working on the lighting, getting the reef keeper installed underneath the tank, and finally getting some light on this tomorrow, because I plan on hopefully acquiring a clam or two at the show. Little Maximus, little striped Maxima, we'll see. No promises, but that's what I'm guessing. Anyway, take care.